Hey guys, this is James and I'm just going to do a review on some of the items that I use when upgrading my CR10s Pro. I was adding a Bltouch to my CR10s Pro and I was designing my own enclosure for the Bltouch. While I was doing that, um, I thought it was about time that I create a mount for some of the review items that I have. So the first one I want to show you is this one right here. It's the Tekton ratchet. It has a 90 tooth gear and a swing arc of 4 degrees. It's pretty compact. There's a button in the back. It's a quick release. So yeah, the thing that I like about this ratchet is the head swings at 90 degrees, and that allows me to use it almost like a screwdriver. So I can use this on the nozzle when it's still hot. It would be very difficult for me to turn while holding the heating block like this if I had a socket wrench that doesn't have a swiveling head. Because once the nozzle is loose, it won't ratchet. It will just be stuck on the socket itself, and then it won't ratchet. So having this ability, the 90-degree ability, just allows you to just turn it like this in this motion while holding on to it. And that's what I like about this design. And it's a 1/4 inch ratchet. The next item is this right here, the sockets that go into the wrench. This is a 10-piece 1/4 inch drive from 5 to 14, and it's made by Kobalt, so it's a brand name socket. And what else can you say about it? And these are highly durable and corrosion resistant and laser etched, and they are by Kobalt, a well-known brand. So I mean, you shouldn't really have any issues with this. The ones you probably use most are probably maybe the 8, 7, and 13 while doing some kind of maintenance on your CR10s Pro. But yeah, you won't need all of these sockets, but it's good to have around the home and know where it is, because the next thing I want to show you is this right here, the mount, kind of like designed and printed, and that way you have the sockets available for any type of work that you may have. So so I kind of created this mount so I can just put it on top of the CR10s Pro, and then that way anytime I need one of the sockets for a certain type of job or whatnot, I can use it, and I'll know exactly where it is. And speaking of which, I decided to design this mount because I was actually working on the housing for the Bltouch. So I'm kind of like making my own housing for the Bltouch. And the thing is, while I was working on the upgrade, I needed a longer cable extension, so I'm waiting for that to come. And then I'm going to try to see if I'm going to be able to put the Bltouch, the 3.1 version, on the old CR10s Pro. Now, I was actually looking at the newer CR10s Pro, and then they now come with the Bltouch standard on the V2 version, and it's much cheaper than when I bought it a long time ago. So yeah, I wish I had a second printer. I wish I had a second 3D printer that right now that I could be using while the CR10s Pro is out of commission. I already took it apart, and the only thing I'm waiting for is the extension, and I got to see if the firmware is going to actually work with the 3.1 version. Once I get the correct version, correct firmware, and everything working, I'll put a tutorial probably on that. So yeah, I will also be creating some of the mounts for some of the other things that come with the CR10s Pro, like the wire cutters and the Allen keys. This is actually very good to have. The socket wrench is actually a very good tool to have, and you'll see why when you see the upgrade of the Bltouch. Although Creality provides their little wrenches and whatnot and the Allen keys, they're pretty small. You can't. If you have small hands, it's good for you. But if you have like big hands, You can't work with those tools. The only thing I haven't found is actually a wrench for the heat brake that has the that's a really thin profile. That's the only thing that I haven't been able to find, because unless you have that thin profile with the wrench, you're not going to be able to go in between the heat brake and the what is that? The hot end. And that's the one thing that I haven't been able to find yet. So you have to use a Creality wrench. But yeah, other than that, because I do have a wrench set, it's too thick to actually get it in. That's the one time you don't want it too thick. But then if it's that thin, it's gonna be very fragile. And also another thing that I like to do is put a small neodymium magnet on my socket wrench. So here's a small neodymium magnet, and then I just like to put it on the end, so in case like I have a loose screw someplace that goes into like a crevice, I can quite possibly pick it up with this magnet. And I want to just share that with you guys because I haven't been able to post any of the videos up. So the rest of this video is going to be me designing the mounts for the socket wrench and the sockets, and then printing it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And I will be putting the links to these items below. Also, I'm going to be posting the link to the mount on Thingiverse. So check the description below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. So this came out absolutely beautiful. I mean, even the numbers came out. The numbers on it. And I do have to do a little bit of cleanup. Let's remove some of this. And then this is going to be a little bit more difficult. I created a support material inside here. We have the end stops. That's good. Nice, perfect fit. So let's transfer over these nuts. All right, it's perfect. Yeah, so it's a pretty simple design. There are other tests that I'm doing